Hey, Angelica, how are you? What's up, Deanna? Happy Thursday night. Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah. Come on, somebody. It's Thursday Eve in the place to be. Julie, I love that we have the fire going. I was just looking at that fire. Hello, Josie. Good evening, Cynthia. What's up, matey? Good evening to everybody. I had to have the cheaters on to see who's jumping in on a Thursday night. Bill Taylor here at Ken's 5 Digital Center. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Thursday evening. It is a nice, cool Thursday evening. Winds are starting to die down a little bit. They're still coming in, breezy, northeast, but temperatures are the story today. What's up, Angelica? Good to see you, Nye. Did I get that right? Nye? Hey, Brianna, what's up? Hope everybody's doing well. David just bought a new thermos, having problems because it poured hot cold in it at the same time. Now I'm confused. Doesn't know what to be, right? Leticia, hola, ¿cómo estás? Mariah, I'm sorry, how are you? All right, so tonight's temps right now just north of 40s in Bernie, Helotes, Bandera 54, New Braunfels 56. So all those spots, definitely, we're all going into the 40s tonight, but those like Bernie, Bandera, you could probably see about 38, 39 if the sky's clear just enough and these winds will die down just enough. Speaking of both, let's talk about sky condition. Very important forecast on sky condition. Here we are from San Antonio International Airport, 58. Skies are still mostly cloudy though. That dew point's ridiculous, 26. That is some low dew point temperatures. Mid-20s across the area is nice. Christopher, hope you're doing good. I'm doing great, brother. Thank you so much for asking. We love you too, Brandy. What's going on? It's almost Friday. There it is, Nancy. Good to see you. Raising a cup. Willie, good evening. Going to be the blood moon. Yeah, it is, Megan. It's going to be really cool. So that's what I was talking about when it comes to sky condition overnight. Because here we are with the longest partial lunar eclipse in 600 years. This lunar eclipse is going to go about 3.5 hours. It's the longest in about 580 years to be exact. But we'll round it up to 600 years. Isn't that something? So we're hoping we get to see it because here in San Antonio, cloud cover is going to be our nemesis. Here's the thing. It begins after midnight. You can see at about 1:18, we'll start seeing something. Like you'll be able to go, okay, something's going on. Maximum eclipse is going to hit at 3:02. Remember, maximum is still partial. It's not going to be a total lunar eclipse. It's also not going to be a total eclipse of the heart. Okay, just to make sure you're aware. That's my favorite eclipse joke of all time, and it does not get old. You can't tell me that gets old. Then notice we're coming out of it 4:47. It doesn't end until 6 in the morning. Completely. But eclipse hours are like running at 3.5, longest in 600 years. Isn't that something? So at 3:02, I'm going to take a look now at our future satellite. I was almost going to say radar, but there is some rain out there. Look at that, 9 o'clock. Let's see if that's true. You can see it's showing some showers down at Eagle Pass. Okay, on the money. Look at that. A couple little sprinkles from Uvalde out towards Bracketville and Eagle Pass tonight. Yes, Megan, tonight for sure, tonight. And so overnight into Friday morning, technically. So yeah, a couple sprinkles on the radar showing up. Uvalde down to Eagle Pass. So good confidence in this future satellite imagery and forecast. Melissa, good to see you. What's up, Angelica? Yeah, it's 600 years since it's been this long. Not since we've had a partial lunar eclipse, but since we've had one this long. All right, so let's take a look. Overnight hours. Here's 3 a.m. and it's still calling for mostly cloudy skies in the city. Notice that South San Antonio, southeast of Floresville, east through Seguin, all clear. Even up I-35 to Austin, clear. So with clearness or clearing that close, you can't rule it out. Can't rule out partly cloudy skies, and you're still able to see something. So if you really want to see this, I wouldn't just say, oh, don't just write it off because of what we're looking at here. Hey, Tony, what's happening? I did say nigh correctly. I'm glad to hear that. Here's to nigh. Vanessa starts at, let's see, show you again, starts at about 1 in the morning, and it peaks at 3 a.m. And so, again, it's going to be 3 in the morning for the maximum. That's going to be the most it covers. That's why, again, partial. It will not be a complete. 4:47 is when it starts to go on the other side and on its way out. So, again, not a total eclipse. Partial eclipse, maximum at about 3:02, and it will not be a total eclipse of the heart. It will not be a total eclipse of the heart. Where's Ray? Ray Silva, who sang that one? Total eclipse of the heart. Bonnie Tyler. Look at David Lynch. Right? Before Ray Silva could even get on it, David Lynch buzzes in, and it's Bonnie Tyler. I almost said Ray. Bonnie Tyler. Total eclipse of the heart. So I just wonder if it was like a night of an eclipse like tonight that she was inspired to write that song.
She was going through a dark time, probably.
Oh, there it is, Ray. She was going through a dark time, probably.
That's the only time you get an opera like that.
Yep. Well, that's when the songwriters do their best writing. They always say, if everything's going great, they can't write great music. All right, highs today. Guys, this was unusual. It never felt like 70 to me. I don't know about you, but it never felt like 70, but our high today is 70, right where it should be. 61 Bernie, that's about right. 59 Kerrville, 55 Rock Springs. That's a chilly night. Chilly day, rather. It's definitely going to be a chilly night. Out there, you know what? Some models are putting Fredericksburg at 33 tomorrow morning. I just don't know if the wind speeds will get low enough. Because remember, if you have good enough wind speeds, temperatures can't get that cold. So 9 to 10 miles per hour, they're not going to really bottom out like they could if they were running like 3 to 5 and just calm, That's when you really see temperatures drop. Plus the clearing skies. I mean, with any kind of cloud cover, temperatures will stay a little bit higher as well. So the fronts at the coast, we saw the best rain come along this front south. It was at the coast, and now still some rain out in the Gulf, but there was some pretty good rain in the valley, in Brownsville, South Padre, all got some decent rain along the front. But it was dry coming through here pretty much. A few showers, but nothing much. I wanted to show you the dew points. Look at the West Texas dew points. 7 Lubbock, 7 Amarillo. Just incredible. And ours are going to stay low. I mean, we're going to stay right around 30 through tomorrow. Get upwards of 40 through tomorrow night. Okay, so tomorrow night we'll be back up into the 40s, but that's still fine. 50s are still fine. It's not until you crack into the 60s that you start feeling like, okay, it's a little warm and humid. Headed to St. Louis soon. Will the weather, Arthur, I'm sorry, I just don't know. I do not know. Out of my jurisdiction, as I like to say. Oh, come on. Any rain in the future forecast? Not really, Michael. This is a dry forecast. So speaking of, as I showed those dew points, coincidentally, I want to show you the fire danger. This is from the Texas A&M Forest Service. The Panhandle is going to be the worst spot in the next 24 hours. And that's going to be, all of Lubbock, Amarillo, and it's a high to very high area. For us, we're in much better shape. You can see that in the San Antonio area, we do have some moderate in the city for Bexar County, but then it quickly drops to a low risk of fire danger east. And we got punked on the rain last night. I know, right? Just a few showers, and then we've got a couple sprinkles out, but it's not anytime soon. Next chance is not coming soon. All righty. Tomorrow, hour by hour, you can see that the sunshine is going to be out and about. Finally, we get a return of sun by probably 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock. We'll have a few morning clouds. But as we get to mid-morning, we should be mostly sunny on our way to a beautiful Friday, mid-60s. And then you can see it's going to cool off tomorrow night. It'll be a chilly Friday night. So if you have plans tomorrow night, make sure you've got a jacket, a coat, a scarf, or a hat. Because 51 at midnight, I mean, that's chilly. Now, the winds won't be a big factor, so it's not as though you're going to have a wind chill and really want to bundle up, but definitely going to be cold tomorrow night. Alex, it is. It really is, especially as the winds die down tomorrow. Tomorrow's made for golf. Saturday, made for golf. Yeah, really good golf weather. So I was going to show you too, I think I had the 7-day rain, and because I was asked about rain anytime soon, and I'm afraid it's just not going to happen. Yeah, here it is. So today's the updated drought report too. We'll take a look at that. Okay, this is a little more promising. 7-day forecast on rain showing us a ½ inch, and then closer to 1 inch for Seguin to Gonzales down near Cuero and Victoria. Not bad. I don't know where this is coming from, because it certainly isn't going to be this weekend or early next week. But later in the week would have to be including. So, drought report comes out today. And we were looking last week at some growing drought southwest. And boy, this looks eerily similar to last week. Not much of a change at all. Rock Springs, that's new. That moderate drought is new there. And north of Del Rio, a little moderate drought. But the severe pockets, still Carrizo Springs. Cotulla still in moderate drought. So maybe a little farther east to include Tilden and some of southern Atascosa County, southern Medina County. Maybe it's lifted a little bit, but boy, it really has not changed much at all. Not changed much at all. All right, guys. Oh, I did want to show you the pollen. Molds were a little out of control today. They didn't go heavy, but boy, they got close. Medium at 950. That's just under heavy count. Heavy's at 1,000 for molds. And then juniper. So there was juniper in the air. If you were like, hey, what was bothering you today out of nowhere, it may have been the juniper because that hasn't shown up. Hasn't been heavy, but if it's in the air, it's in the air. You know, Nye, that's a good question. Usually it's going to be, you know, December into January before you get like a good stretch of cold weather. But heading into a La Nina winter, I can tell you that the long-range forecast calls for a warmer than average and a drier than average winter. And that was the same setup last year, by the way. And then we had that week in mid-February that forever changed our lives, right? Well, that one, I can't say 0% chance, but that's like a once-in-a-lifetime snowstorm. I mean, if it were to happen again, that would be unbelievable. Now, like I said, I can't say it's a 0% chance. You have to play it out. But last winter we were in a La Nina as well. And if you take that mid-February week out, the winter wasn't crazy cold. The winter wasn't crazy in precipitation. It was drier and mild. I mean, so, you know, minus that week, it lived up to its forecast. La Nina typically gets the southern United States a warmer than average and a drier than average winter. Dang it. First new baby in January, didn't want it to be too cold. All right. Well, hopefully it won't be too bad at all. That's great. Congratulations. Let's drink to Nye. First baby's coming in January. A New Year's baby. That's really cool. I think if it's on New Year's night, yeah, Farmer's Almanac does, Angelica. In fact, we're actually doing a little preview of what's coming up with Julie. I do know about this because I was talking to Jeremy about it. I'm stepping on your toes a little bit because somebody's talking about the Farmer's Almanac, and tonight Jeremy Baker does a Ken's 5 Verify on the Farmer's Almanac. I was like, okay, you know, I mean, I would like some meteorology in there as far as the science of what we do. Because there's really not a ton of science involved in the Farmer's Almanac, but it's, you know, once in a while it's going to get it right. Yes, I'll give it that. But I will say this, long-range forecasting, I don't put a whole lot of stock in that either. It still has to play out. We can talk about trends of macroclimate type situations like La Nina, El Nino, the warming and cooling of Pacific waters and its influence on the United States weather. Okay, the rising air, the cooling air of the oceans, the rising air and the sinking air of how that changes the dynamic of the tropics has an influence on our weather. Yes, absolutely. I'm not arguing that at all. But you still have to play it out, right? So you can have a trend like a La Nina winter that says drier than average, warmer than average, But then a wild card shows up, like that Arctic low that breaks out and moves this far south, and we get an Arctic breakout, like the first of its kind in 30, 40 years, right? It can happen. You know, it doesn't mean that the entire winter is warmer than average. There could be that 1 week we get a storm, right? So that's why I say, always take that into consideration. Always take that. ERCOT, right, David? ERCOT is very nervous. ERCOT, very nervous. All right, 7-day forecast, guys. Again, chilly mornings. Louisville 55, Duke 22. Oh, wow. Duke's only got 22 points in the fourth quarter? Are they playing blindfolded? That's crazy. That means they've made 10 buckets the entire game? That's incredible. All right, so there we go. Some chilly mornings, only about 67, 68, but here we go. 30s in the hill country tomorrow morning. Then 45 in the city, 47 Saturday morning, mid-70s, breezy over the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, even Monday look to be windy. We're going to get another front pushing through on Sunday, so that's the reason for the winds through Monday. But obviously it comes through dry. No chance of rain with this next little reinforcing front. It'll keep mornings chilly. Monday might manage to get out of the 60s, but barely. But barely. Diana, good evening to you as well. Good evening to you as well. Well, as we take a look at this 7-day, and I take another sip of coffee, I look at my watch and I realize two things. Number one, I don't have a watch. And number two, we're checking with Julie on what's coming up on Eyewitness News at 10. So I kind of let the cat out of the bag. Of course, Jeremy, verify on a winter weather forecast with the Farmer's Almanac. But what else do we have coming up tonight? I know your favorite story.
Tell me what it is.
Sharon Co.
Yes, they found Joe. They found Joe, not the sports guy.
He's over there napping. They found Joe the Chihuahua. If you weren't here for the first story, go to kens5.com or go on our app, and under local news, you'll find Joe the Chihuahua was missing Wednesday night.
Yes.
We did that piece. And tonight, reunited with his owner. And Sharon Coe is going to bring us that incredible story, because it really is one of the, it's not just, hey, I found your dog and here's the number and I called. No, it's a phenomenal reunion.
It really is. It's a great, great piece. I'm excited to show that on air. Show it to everybody.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yes, but we also have Henry.
Henry Ramos is in tonight.
He has a turkey twist, a spice on the Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, okay, so you're outside the box, if you will, on Turkey Day. So this is a Thanksgiving alternative. What's that?
Off the platter.
Off the platter. I like that, David. Because with the prices of everything going up, I was like, all right, you know what? We're having meatloaf. No, it's not meatloaf, but there are some new dishes that you may never have thought of. Henry Ramos at, I want to say, Mi Tierra and Acadiana Cafe. Those are the two places that he went to and kind of mixing it up on Thanksgiving. So good stuff. Good stuff coming up on Eyewitness News at 10. What's up, Nina? How are you? Good to see you. What is happening? Oh, thanks, Angelica. It's really catching on. I think it's really going to catch on. I might have to get in the studio, record it, get it to Apple Music. You can download. It could be your ringtone. It could be your ringtone. I could. Maybe that's what I should do. I should do like custom ringtones. Somebody's calling you, Angelica. Pick up the phone right now. You know, and then I charge you $10 for that, and it goes to charity. Right? Kind of a cameo thing. I'll do ringtone songs. Ringtone bits. John Olson, Victoria. God bless you too, brother. Doing well. I hope you're doing great. Guys, that's going to wrap it up. It is Thursday night. Time to get ready for Eyewitness News at 10. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday night, what's left of it, and Friday, of course. And we will see you. God bless y'all. I'll see you on Eyewitness News at 10. Have a good night.